Iron Banner is back this week and Lord Saladin is here and he's dishing out the loot in exchange for Iron Banner tokens. So we've got some pretty good weapons here for both PvP and PvE, plus Iron Banner is a great way to level up your character if you're still looking to do that. So today I'm going to go through some of the best Iron Banner loot and Godrolls to chase in Season of the Hunt. And if you enjoy this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below for all the latest Destiny 2 content and turn on notifications by hitting that bell. So before you can get hold of the loot, you're going to have to complete a quest called Slaying Dragons, and it's a fairly straightforward, albeit a little time consuming quest, and I've got a full guide on that one here, but the TLDR on that is pick up the quest from Lord Saladin in the tower and get stuck into Iron Banner. In Beyond Light we have regular Iron Banner or Iron Banner Freelance, which is a solo queue playlist. So check out Iron Banner in the Crucible Director to get going, and don't forget to pick up those bounties from Lord Saladin as each one is a pinnacle drop. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's jump into the loot and the Godrolls to chase. Well, first up we've got All Wings Maul, and this one is a legendary energy grenade launcher, which is a lightweight frame and a one-shot handheld grenade launcher with remote detonation. So looking at the stats, we got 31 for stability, 69 for handling, 74 for reload speed, 77 for velocity, 55 for blast radius. It's a 90 rounds per minute grenade launcher with one in the magazine. So the curated role comes with moving target for increased movement speed and target acquisition whilst aiming down sights, field prep for increased ammo reserves, faster reloading, stow and ready while crouching. It also comes with black powder where the weapon's explosives are more effective, and that slightly increases the blast radius, and finally confined launch, which increases stability, blast radius and decreases projectile speed. So for PvP, quick draw and auto loading holster would be good, whereas PvE you want something like demolitionist and grave robber. So to get this one, it's a random drop from the end of Iron Banner matches, or when you turn in tokens to Lord Saladin after completing the main quest. Well, next up we've got Shining Sphere, and this one is a legendary power rocket launcher which is an adaptive frame, meaning it's got a well-rounded grip, it's reliable and it's sturdy. So looking at the stats, we got 45 for stability, 45 for handling, 45 for reload speed, 54 for velocity, 75 for blast radius. Is a 20 rounds per minute rocket launcher with one in the magazine. The curated role comes with quick draw, snapshot sights, high velocity rounds and volatile launch. And for PvP, quick draw and snapshot sights would be good, whereas PvE, field prep and demolitionist would be a decent role. And to get this one, it's a random drop from the end of Iron Banner matches or when you turn in tokens to Lord Saladin after you've done Slaying Dragons. And rockets certainly need some love in Destiny 2 as a whole. We saw a mod last season called Argent Ordnance, and that attempted to make rockets better, and although having a charge with light perk certainly helped, they could definitely do with some much more love in the future. Well, next up we've got the Guiding Sight, and this is a legendary kinetic scout rifle, which is a high impact frame, meaning it's slow firing and has high damage. So this weapon is more accurate when stationary and aiming down sights. And this is one of the returning weapons this season in Beyond Light. So let's have a look at the stats. So we've got 67 for impact, 68 for range, 32 for stability, 34 for handling, 42 for reload speed. It's a 150 rounds per minute scout rifle with 13 in the magazine. So the curated role comes with Vorpal weapon, slide shot, tactical mag and clean shot IS. For PvE, I'd look out for something like Rapid Hit and Vorpal Weapon. Then for PvP, Quick Draw and Zen Moment would be a good role. And this one is going to drop for you during the Slaying Dragons quest, so you don't have to wait to turn in tokens for this one. All you need to do is complete step 2 of Slaying Dragons and the gun will be yours. And hopefully it'll also drop for you after the quest once you turn in loads of tokens to Lord Saladin. So this is a specialist scout rifle for those comfortable with this type of weapon. And these are slow going, so you're going to have to be more accurate with your shots or you're going to be dead very quickly in PvP. It's definitely worth having a practice though with this one and seeing how you get on, and I think if you can get good with this one then you're going to be a force to be reckoned with in PvP. And next up we've got the Forward Path, and this is a legendary kinetic auto rifle which is an adaptive frame, meaning it has a well-rounded grip, is reliable and it's sturdy. So this one returned to us in Season of Arrivals, and looking at the stats, we've got 21 for impact, 50 for range, 48 for stability, 72 for handling, 64 for reload speed, and it's a 600 rounds per minute auto rifle with 43 in the magazine. So the curated roll comes with iron gaze and dynamic sway reduction, plus armor piercing rounds and red dot 2 MOA. So iron gaze is an interesting one. It does reduce range drastically, but that is made up for in target acquisition. I would love to hear from you what you think about iron gaze down there in the comments. Is that buff worth the cost? In PvE, Swashbuckler and Feeding Frenzy would be a decent roll, as you get some increased damage from the melee kills with Swashbuckler. And for PvP, Dynamic Sway Reduction is definitely a must-have perk since it's buffed in Season of Arrivals, plus those 600 rounds per minute auto rifles are really, really good. So Dynamic Sway Reduction and either Tap the Trigger or Eye of the Storm would be good in PvP. So to get this one, it's another random drop from the end of Iron Banner matches, or when you turn in tokens to Lord Saladin after you've done Slaying Dragons. Next up, we've got the Fool's Remedy, and this one is a legendary energy sidearm, and it's a Suros rapid fire frame. It's got full auto, and it's got deeper ammo reserves. So it's slightly faster reload when the magazine is empty. So looking at the stats, we've got 35 for impact, 34 for range, 64 for stability, 63 for handling, 44 for reload speed, and it's a 450 rounds per minute sidearm with 15 in the magazine. So again, this one returned to us in Season of Arrivals and it's back this season, and the curated roll here comes with Iron Grip, Pulse Monitor, Ricochet rounds and Control SAS. Iron Grip is another interesting one which massively increases stability at the cost of reload speed, so test it out and do let me know what you think of this perk down there in the comments, because as I know the Iron Banner perks, they are a little bit controversial. So for PvP, Moving Target and Iron Grip would be a good roll, whereas for PvE, you want something like Feeding Frenzy and Kill Clip. And once again, this one is a random drop at the end of Iron Banner matches, or when you turn in tokens to Lord Saladin at the tower. And finally today, we've got the Steady Hand, and this one is a legendary kinetic hand cannon, which is an aggressive frame, meaning it's got high damage, high recoil, and it's optimised for long distance shooting. So looking at the stats, we've got 92 for impact, oh my god, that's amazing, 64 for range, 32 for stability, 28 for handling, 28 for reload speed. It's a 120 rounds per minute hand cannon with 8 in the magazine. So the curated roll comes with Mulligan and Slide Shot, as well as Flared Magwell and True Sight HCS. For PvP, Snapshot Sights and Killing Wind would be a really good roll, and for PvE, I'd go for something like Outlaw and Wellspring. So Wellspring is a new perk in Beyond Light, and that's going to give you a small amount of super energy on kills, so it's an all-round useful perk to have, so definitely keep an eye out for that one. So this hand cannon is going to drop for you throughout the Iron Banner quest Slaying Dragons, so you don't have to wait to turn in tokens for this one, just simply complete step 3 of Slaying Dragons, and this gun will be yours, and hopefully, once again, it will drop for you after the quest is done when you turn in those tokens to Lord Saladin. So this is a former 110 rounds per minute hand cannon that's been brought up to 120, and Bungie said in update 3.0.0.1, so they've increased the rate of fire from 110 to 120, and they've broke out aggressive hand cannons allowing custom tuning of stats, e.g. the damage fall off for 100 range in this subfamily now starts at 32 meters. So they have been improved, and I'm really interested to know how you get on with this gun, because it looks really, really good. This definitely could be one of the most deadly hand cannons in the game, in the right hands. Unfortunately though, those hands aren't mine. I'm much more adept with 140 hand cannons like Thorn, Hawkmoon and Ace of Spades, but I still think it's worth chasing this one and giving 120s a chance. So those are some of the weapons this season returning with Iron Banner, and Steady Hand and the Guiding Sight there being the main event of this season's Iron Banner, so don't sleep on the Fool's Remedy or the Forward Path either. Both are really handy weapons, especially how effective 600 auto rifles are with dynamic sway reduction, and also we've got Surprise Attack as a mod still being around, and this is great for sidearm damage. Well, let me know what you think down there in the comments, and let me know what rolls you got in Iron Banner. And that is it for this guide for the best Iron Banner loot and Godrolls to chase in Season of the Hunt. And as always, thank you so much for watching. For more Destiny 2 content like this, hit that subscribe button down below and subscribe to This Week in Video Games. If you want to join the community, check out the Discord link in the description, or you can follow me on Twitter at TWIVG Podcast. If you enjoyed this video or found it useful, liking and sharing the video would really help me out. Otherwise, check out the other videos on the channel. Thanks again, and I'll see you in Iron Banner.